Heads. 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 Heads.
This is an art to build suspense.
Heads.
Though it can be done by luck alone.
Heads.
If that's the word I'm after.
Heads.
A weaker man may be going to re-examination. Even nothing else than that least the law of probability.
Heads. 76 month.
The law of probability. It has been oddly asserted that if six monkeys were
Game.
they?
Are you?
Game. The law of averages states that if 6 monkeys were thrown up in the air simultaneously, the amount of monkeys that would land on their tails would be about the same as the amount of monkeys that would land on their
Heads.
which even at first glance does not strike one as a particularly rewarding speculation. I mean, you wouldn't bet on it. I mean, I would, but you wouldn't.
Heads.
Would you?
Heads. Heads. Getting a bit of a bore, isn't it?
A bore?
Well,
What about the suspense?
what's suspense?
It must be the law of diminishing returns. I feel the spell is about to be broken. Will it lose an even chance if my calculations were correct?
85 in a row, beating the record.
Don't be absurd.
Easily.
Is that it then? Is that all?
What?
A new record? Is that as far as you're prepared to go?
You spun them yourself.
No pause, not even a flicker of doubt.
Well, I won, didn't I?
And if you lost, then they'd come down and get you 85 times, one after another, just like that.
85 times in a row, tails?
Yes, what would you think?
Well, I'd have a good look at your coins for a start.
I'm relieved. At least we can still count on some interest as a predictable factor. I'm beginning to wonder if you alone, perhaps, touch. We've been spinning coins together since... This isn't the first time we've spun coins!
Oh no, we've been spinning coins for as long as I remember.
How long is that?
I forget. Mind you, 85 times.
Yes.
It'll take some beating, I imagine.
Is that what you imagine? Is that it? No fear?
Fear?
Fear! You cracked on my flood your brain with light.
Heads. I'm afraid.
So am I.
I'm afraid this is your day.
I'm afraid it is.
89.
It must be indicative of something. A list of possible explanations. 1. I'm willing. Inside where nothing shows, I'm the essence of a man spinning double-headed coins, private atonement for an unremembered past.
Heads.
2. Time has stopped dead, and the single experience of one coin being spun once has been repeated 90 times. On the whole, doubtful. 3. Divine intervention. That is to say, a good turn from above concerning me, children of Israel, or a retribution from above concerning him, Lot's wife. 4. Spectacular vindication of the principle that each coin has an equal chance landing heads as it does tails, and should cause no surprise at each individual time. It does.
I've never known anything like it.
And a syllogism. 1, he has never known anything like it. 2, he's never had anything to write home about. 3, it's nothing to write home about. Home. What's the first thing you remember?
Oh, let's see. The first thing that comes to mind.
No, the first thing you remember.
Ah! No, it's no good. It's gone. It was a long time ago.
You don't get my meaning. What is the first thing after all the things you've forgotten?
Oh, I see. I've forgotten the question.
Are you happy?
What?
Content, at ease?
I suppose
What do
so.
you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
had no desires. There was a messenger, that's right, we were sent for.
I'm sorry. What's the matter with you?
Well, we've been spitting coins for I don't know how long, and in all that time, if it is all that time, I don't suppose either of us were more than a few coins up or down. I hope that doesn't sound surprising to you. It's very unsurprising. This is something I'm trying to keep hold of. Your average cost for coins relies on a law, or rather a tendency, or let's say law, or probability that's a mathematically calculable chance that each coin has an equal chance of lending heads as it does tails, and he does not upset himself too much by losing too much, or upset his opponent by winning too often. This has made for a kind of harmony and confidence that we recognize as nature. The sun came up about as often as it went down, and in the long run, the coin came down heads about as often as it did tails. And then a messenger arrived. We were sent for. Nothing else happened. 92 coins were spun 92 consecutive times, and all I've been able to hear on the wind of a windless day is sounds of drums and they flutes.
Another curious scientific phenomenon is how the fingernails grow after death, as does the beard.
What?
Beard!
But you're not dead.
I didn't say they start to grow after death. The fingernails also grow before birth, though not.
What?
Beard! What's the matter with you? The toenails never grow at all.
The toenails never grow at all.
Do they? It's a strange thing. I cut my fingernails all the time, and every time I need to cut them, they need cutting. Now, for instance. But I've never, to the best of my knowledge, cut my toenails. They ought to be curled under my feet by now. But they aren't. I never think of them. Perhaps I cut them absentmindedly while I'm thinking of something else.
What's the first thing you remember that happened today?
I woke up, I suppose. Oh, there was that man! A foreigner! He woke us up!
A messenger.
That's right. Pale sky at dawn. A man to stand on the saddles, bangs on the shutters, and shouts, "What's all the row about? Clear off!" But then he called our names. You remember that? This man woke us up.
Yes.
We were sent for.
Yes.
That's what we're doing here. Traveling.
Yes.
It was urgent. A matter of extreme urgency. His very words. All business and no questions asked. Our guides, outstripped in breakneck pursuit of our duty, fearful lest we come too late.
Too late for what?
How will I know? We haven't got there yet.
Then what are we doing here, I ask myself.
You might well ask.
We better get on.
You might well think.
We better get on.
Right. On where?
Forward.
Ah. Which way were we?
Practically starting from scratch. A messenger, a summit, at the brink of dawn. A new record for heads and tails. We had not been picked out simply to be abandoned. We're entitled to some sort of direction, I would have thought.
I say.
Yes.
I heard music.
Yes.
I thought I heard music, like drums.
Yes.
It couldn't have been real.
The colors red, blue, and green are real. The color yellow is a mystical experience shared by everybody. Demolished.
It must have been thunder, like drums. I knew all along it was a band.
No, I won't look at that.
Here they come! Halt! An audience. Don't move. Perfect.
Lucky thing we came along. For us, let us hope so. But to meet two gentlemen on the road, we would not hope to meet them often.
No.
Well met in fact, and just in time.
Why's that?
Why, we grow rusty, and you catch us at the very point of decadence. By this time tomorrow, we would have forgotten everything we ever knew. That's the thought business. We'd be back where we started. Improvising.
Tumblers, are you?
We can give you a tumble of aftertaste, and times being what they are. Otherwise, we could do a selection of gory romances, full of fine cadences and corpses, pirated from the Italian. And it doesn't take much to make a jingle. Even a single coin has music in it. Jordanians, at your command.
Well, I'm Guildenstern, and he's Rosencrantz. I'm sorry, he's Guildenstern, and I'm Rosencrantz.
A pleasure. We've played to bigger before, of course, but quality counts for something. I recognize you two at
And
once
who are you?
as fellow artists.
I thought we were gentlemen.
seeing as there are so many of us, the same side of two coins. Don't clap too loudly, it's a very old world.
What is your line?
Tragedy, sir. Deaths and disclosures, universal and particular, denouements both unexpected and inexorable, melodrama on all levels, including the suggested. We transport you into a world of intrigue and illusion, clowns if you like, murderers! We give you ghosts and battles, on the skirmish level, heroes, villains, tormented lovers, set pieces on the pointed game, we give you rapiers, by all means, faithless wives and rubbish versions, flagrante delicto, at a price. But that comes under realism, for which there are special terms. Informed, am I? Well, it costs little to watch, and a little bit more if you happen to get caught up in the action, if that's your taste, and times being what they are.
What are they?
Indifferent, bad, wicked. Now, what precisely is your pleasure? Gentlemen, disclose yourselves. There, see anything like?
What do they do?
Let your imagination run riot. They are beyond surprise.
And how much?
Take part?
To what?
What?
A private performance.
Oh, private.
Well, there are two of us. Is that enough?
For an audience, disappointing. For voyage above average.
What's the difference?
10 guilders.
10 guilders?
8.
Together?
Each. I don't think
What are you
can-
saying?
7.
Where have you been?
Roundabout. A nest of children carries the custom of the town. Juvenile companies. They are the fashion. But they cannot match our repertoire. We'll stoop to anything if that's your bent.
Don't throw up.
There's one more in every minute. Onward!
Where are you going?
Halt!
Home, sir.
Where from?
Home. We're traveling people. We take our chances where we find them.
It was Chancellor.
Chance.
You found us.
Oh, yes.
You were looking?
Oh, no.
Chancellor.
Or fate.
Yours or ours?
It's hardly one without the other.
Faithful.
Oh, yes. We have no court. Tonight, we play to the court. Or to the tavern. Or the night after. Or not.
Perhaps I could use my influence.
At the tavern?
At the court.
Oh.
I would say I have influence.
You say so?
I have influence, yes.
Yes, what?
I have influence. You said something about getting caught up in the action.
Oh, I did. You're quicker than your friend. Now, for a handful of guilders, I happen to have a private and uncut performance of the abduction of stabbing women. Or rather, woman. Or rather, Alfred. Get your skirt up. And for 8, you can participate in taking either part. Or we'll pretend. With encores. Get your skirt off.
It didn't have to be obscene. It could have been a bird out of season dropping light feathers on my shoulder. It could have been a tongueless dwarf pointing the road on the way. I was prepared. Which this isn't. Nothing classical, dogmatic, or pretentious. Only this. A comic pornographer and a rattling prostitute.
You should have caught us in better times. We were purists then. Onward!
Excuse me.
Halt!
So you're not, exclusively players then?
We're inclusively players.
You give exhibitions?
Performances, sir.
There's more money in that, is there?
There's more trade, sir.
And times being what they are.
Yes.
Indifferent.
Completely.
You know, I've no idea.
No.
I mean, I've heard of, but I've never actually.
No.
I mean, what exactly do you do?
Well, we keep to our normal stuff, more or less. Only inside out. We do on stage the things that are supposed to happen off, which is a kind of integrity if you look at every exit being an entrance somewhere else.
Well, I've never been the type of man who. But don't hurry off just yet. Tell us about some of the things people ask you to do.
Onward!
Just a minute. Well, all right. I guess I wouldn't mind giving just an idea of the kind of. What will you do for that?
On. What are you playing at?
Filth! Disgusting! I'll report you to the authorities. Perverts! I know your game all right. It's all filth.
Do you like a bet?
What kind of bet do you have in mind?
Double the wits. Can't I win?
No!
Would you believe it? Bet me the year of my birth doubled as an odd number.
My birth?
If you don't trust me, then don't bet me.
Would you trust me?
Bet me.
My birth?
Odd numbers, you win.
You're wrong.
Good. Double the year of your birth. Even numbers, I win. Odd numbers, I lose.
We have no money.
Then what have you got? Was it for this?
It's the best we've got. I don't think it's...
The very aspects! Come now. Do you lose often?
Yes, sir.
What do you have left to lose?
Nothing, sir.
Do you like being an actor?
No, sir.
You and me, we can create a dramatic precedent. Come, Alfred. This is no way to fill the theaters in Europe. Do you know any good plays?
Please.
Exhibition.
I thought you said you were actors.
Well, we are. We are. But there hasn't been much calling.
You lost. Well then, one of the Greeks perhaps. You're familiar with the tragedies of antiquity, aren't you? The great homicidal classics. Matthew, Patrick, Baptiste, sorority, neurosis. It really goes without saying.
Saucy.
Suicidal. Maidens aspiring to godhead.
And vice versa.
That sort of thing. Yours, isn't it?
Well, no. I can't say it is, really. We're more of the blood, love, and rhetoric.
What's the difference?
They're hardly divisible, sir. Well, I can do blood and love without the rhetoric, and I can do blood and rhetoric without the love, and I can do all three concurrent and consecutive, but I can't do love and rhetoric without the blood. Blood is compulsory. They're all bloods.
Is that what you want?
It's what we do.
Thank you. I'll let you know.
38!
Position.
Sir?
One of your tableau.
No. Entrances are there and there.
Well, aren't you going to change your costume?
I never change out of it, sir.
Always a character.
That's it.
Aren't you going to come on?
I am on.
But you can't come on if you are on, can you?
I start on.
But it hasn't started. Go on. We'll give you a signal.
I'll give you a wave.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Come on.
I'll say I was lucky.
What?
This pays.
Come on.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, we did much long to see you. The need for us to use you to promote our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation so called? 6 nor the exterior nor the inward man resemble what it was, what it should be. More than his father's death that thus uplifted. I cannot dream of I should devote. Some little times, so by our companies, we draw him into pleasures and to gather so much from the occasion quickly, whether out to us unknown afflicts him thus, that open light within our remedy.
Good, gentle. He hath much talk, and sure I am too bad there is not living to whom he more appears. If it will please you, as to expand your travels, for the supply and profit of our host, your visitation shall receive such things, as fits the king's remembrance.
Both your majesties, by the sovereign power you have of both of us, put your joint pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give ourselves up in the full vent. To lay our service really at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz, and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern, and gentle Rosencrantz. and I beseech you instantly to visit my much-to changed son.
Heaven make our presence and practices pleasant and helpful.
Aye, amen.
The master from Norway, your Lord, shortly returned.
Though still has been the father of good news.
Have I, my good Lord? Assure you, my good liege, I hold my duties, I hold my soul, both to my God and my gracious King. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail polished so sure as it half used to do. And I have found the very cause of Hannah's winsome.
I want to go home.
Don't let them confuse you.
I'm all out of my step here.
We'll hide you home. We'll soon be home in time.
It's all over my death.
I'll hide you home and
Out of my head.
dry you
It's
high.
over my step, over my dead body. It's all heading to a dead stop. It's all moving to a death. It's all heading to a dead stop.
There! We'll soon be home and dry and high and dry. Has it ever happened to you that for no particular reason whatsoever, you haven't the faintest idea how to spell the word white or house? Because when you write it down, you just can't ever remember having seen those letters in that word before.
I remember.
Yes,
I remember when there were no questions.
there are always questions. To exchange one set for another is no great matter.
Answers, yes, there were answers everywhere.
You forgot.
I haven't forgot. I used to know your name and mine. Oh, yes, there were answers everywhere you looked. And people knew who I was. And if they didn't, they asked and I told them.
You did. The problem was plausible, without being mistaken. All your life you lived so close to the truth that when something nudged it into outline, it's like being ambushed by a grotesque. A man standing on his saddle, banging down the shutters with his half-alive dawn and called out two names. It was only a hat and a cloak, levitating in the gray plume of his own breath. But when he called, we came. That much is certain. We came.
Well, I can tell you I'm sick to death of it. I don't care either way, so why don't you just make up your mind?
We can't afford anything quite so arbitrary, nor did we come all this way for a christening. But we are comparatively fortunate. We could have been left to sit the whole field of human nomenclature, like two blind men going to the Tsar for their own fortress. At least we're presented with alternatives,
Yes, well,
but not choice.
you made me look ridiculous in
I
there.
look just as ridiculous as you do.
Consistency is all I ask.
Since this day of daily mass.
I want to go home. Which way did we come in? I've lost my sense of direction.
The only beginning is birth, and the only end is death. But you can't count on that from any count on.
What are you playing at?
Words are all we have to go on.
I feel like a spectator in a problem business, made only bearable by the irrational thought that someone interesting may come in at any moment.
See anyone?
No. You?
No. What a fine persecution. To be kept intrigued without ever quite being enlightened. We've had no practice.
We could play at questions.
What good would that do?
Practice.
Statement, one love.
Cheating.
How?
I hadn't started yet.
Statement, two love.
Are you counting that?
What?
Are you counting that?
Statement, three love. First, get into.
I'm not going to play if you're going to be like that.
What? Who served?
Huh?
Foul, no ruts. One, love one.
Who's going?
Why?
Why not?
What for?
Foul. No synonyms. One all.
What in God's name is going on?
Foul. No rhetoric. 2-1.
What does it all up to?
Can't you guess?
Were you addressing me?
Is there anyone else?
Who?
How do I?
Why do you ask?
Are you serious?
Was that rhetoric?
No.
Foul, no statements.
What's the matter with you then?
What?
What?
Are you dead?
Am I dead?
Yes or no?
Is there a choice?
Is there a God?
Foul. No non sequiturs. 3, 2, 1. Game all.
What's your name?
What's yours?
I asked you first.
Foul. Statement. One love.
What's your name when you're at home?
What's yours?
I'm at home.
Is there a difference at home?
Which home?
Haven't you got one?
Why do you ask?
What are you driving at?
What's your name?
Repetition. 2 love. Game point to me.
Who do you think you are?
Rhetoric. Game and match. Where's it going to end?
That's the question.
It's all questions.
Do you think it matters?
Does it matter why?
Why should it matter?
Does it matter why it matters?
Doesn't it matter why it matters?
What's the matter with you?
It doesn't matter.
What's the game?
What are the rules? Rosencrantz. There, how was that?
Clever!
Natural?
Instinct?
got it in your head?
I take my hat off too.
Shake hands.
All right, I'm going to try you now. Gil!
Not yet. Catch me unawares.
Right. Ready?
Don't be stupid.
Sorry.
Guildenstern.
What?
Consistency is all I ask.
Immortality is all I seek.
Give us this day our daily week.
Who was he?
Didn't you know him?
You didn't know me.
You didn't see him.
I didn't see him.
We shall see. I hardly knew him. He's changed,
You can tell?
transformed,
How so?
inside and out.
I see.
He's not himself.
He's changed.
I can see that. We would afflict
Me?
him.
How?
Question and answer. Old ways are the best ways.
He's afflicted.
I'm him, you see.
He's not himself.
I'm him.
Who am I?
You yourself.
And he is you?
Not a bit of it.
Are you afflicted?
That's the idea. Are you ready?
Let's go back.
I'm afflicted.
See.
Glean would afflict me.
Right.
Question and answer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
How should I begin?
Address me.
My dear Guildenstern.
You've forgotten, haven't you?
My dear Rosencrantz.
I don't think you understand what we're quite trying to attempt here. What we're doing is a hypothesis in which I answer for him, and you ask me questions.
I see.
Do you understand?
Ready?
Question and answer.
Right.
Address it.
What?
Are you stupid?
What?
Are you dead?
Did you say something?
Not now.
A statement.
Not now. For any hopes or rather doubt bear a spell. What can we possibly have in common except our situation?
We could go after him.
Why?
Oh, you mean you pretend to be him and I ask you questions?
Very good.
You have me confused.
As you see, I have.
How should I begin?
Address me.
My honored lord.
My dear Rosencrantz.
Am I you then?
Certainly not, if you like. Shall we continue?
Question answer.
Right.
My honored lord.
My dear Rosencrantz.
How are you?
Afflicted.
In what way?
Transformed.
Inside or out?
Both.
I see. Nothing new there.
Go into details. Delve. Probe the background. Establish the situation.
So your uncle is king,
And my father before him.
and his father before him.
No, my father before him.
But surely,
You might well ask.
let's get this straight. Your father is king. You are his only heir. Your father dies. You are of age. Your uncle becomes king?
Yes,
Unorthodox.
I did.
Undeniable. Where were you?
In Germany.
You searched him then.
Slipped in.
Which reminds me,
Well, it would.
I don't want to be personal.
It's common knowledge.
Your mother's marriage.
Slipped in.
His body was still warm.
So was hers.
Extraordinary.
Indecent.
Hasty.
Suspicious.
Makes you think.
Don't think I haven't thought of it.
And with her husband's brother,
They were
nevertheless.
close.
She went to him for comfort.
Too close.
Comfort.
It looks bad.
It adds up.
Incest to adultery.
Would you go so far?
Never.
To sum up, your father, whom you love, dies. You are his heir. Hardly was the body cold before his young brother slipped into his sheets and onto his throne, thereby upsetting both natural and legal practices. Now, why are you acting in an extraordinary manner?
I can't imagine. But all that is well known, common property. But yet, he sent for us, and we did come.
I say,
Yes.
I thought I heard music,
Yes.
like a band music.
Rosencrantz.
What?
Guildenstern.
What?
Don't you discriminate at all?
What?
Go and see if he's there.
Who?
There.
Yes.
What's he doing?
Talking.
To himself? Is he alone?
No.
Then he's not talking to himself, is he?
Not by himself. Should we go?
Why, we're marked now.
It is so. Search me as old as I am like a crab, but go backwards.
Will this be madness? There's a method in it. Will you talk me out of the air, my lord?
To my grave.
Indeed, out of the air. My lord, I'll take my leave on you.
There's not anything that you can take from me that I would more willingly part with all. Accept my life, accept my life.
Very well, my lord. You go to seek Lord Hamlet. There he is.
Good on you, sir.
My honored lord.
My most dear lord.
Excellent good friends. How dost thou, Guildenstern? Rosencrantz. Good lads, how do you both? Splendid. There's something in this more than natural philosophy.
There are the players.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsnoir. Your hands come then. The impertinence of your welcome is fashion and ceremony. We comply with you in this garb, thus my expense to the players, which I show you very proudly, should be more than entertainment than your own. My uncle, father, and my aunt, mother are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
They look mad north northwest. When the wind is southerly, I can tell a hawk from a handsaw.
I'll be with you, gentlemen.
Aren't you, Guildenstern? And you? That great baby you see there is yet to call on the swelling cuts.
My lord, I have news to tell you.
Lord, I have news to tell you. When Russians was attacking Rome,
Actors come hither, my lord.
was cross.
Yes,
What?
I thought you.
No.
Ah.
I think we can say we made some headway.
You think so?
I think we can say that.
I think we can say he made us look ridiculous.
We played it close to the chest, of course.
Question and answer always are the best ways. He was scoring off us all down the line.
He may have caught us on the wrong foot once or twice, perhaps, but I thought we gave the ground.
He murdered us.
He may have had the edge.
27-3. And to think he might have had the edge, he murdered us.
What about our patients?
Oh, our patients were lovely. Were you sent for? We were sent for. I didn't know where to put myself.
He had 6 rhetoricals.
Oh, it was question and answer, all right. 27 questions he got out in 10 minutes, of which he answered 3.
And 2 repetitions.
Hardly leaving a question between us.
Well, we got his symptoms, didn't we?
Half of what he said meant something else, and the other half meant nothing at all.
Thwarted ambition. That's my diagnosis.
6 rhetorical and 2 repetitions, leaving 19, of which we answered 15. And what did we get in return? He's depressed. Denmark's a prison, and he'd rather live in a nutshell. Some shadow play about the nature of ambition, which never got down to cases. And finally, one direct question, which might have led somewhere, and led in fact to the illuminating claim to tell a hawk from a handsaw.
When the wind is southerly,
And the weather is clear.
isn't he can't?
He's at the mercy of the elements. Is that southerly?
It doesn't look southerly. What made you think so?
I didn't say I think so. It could be northerly for all I know.
Wait some minutes. We came from roughly south, according to a rough map.
Where did we come in from? Roughly.
In the morning, easterly. I think we can assume that.
That it's morning?
If it is, and say the sun is over there, then we had to come in from down there, and it's morning. However, if the sun is over there, we still had to come in from down there, and it's morning. To put it another way, if the sun was over there, and we came in from down there, it'd be afternoon. However, none of these are the case.
Why don't you go anywhere?
Pragmatism? Is that all you have to offer? You never seem to know where we stand. We won't find the answer for you written down on a bowl of a compass, I can tell you that.
I merely suggest that the position of the sun, if it is out, will give you a rough estimate of the time. Alternatively, the clock, if it was running, would give you a rough estimate of the position of the sun. I can't remember what you're trying to establish.
I'm trying to establish the direction of the wind.
There is no wind. Draw, yes.
In that case, the origin. Trace it to its source and it may give us a better idea of where we came in, which might give us a better idea of south over the reference.
It's coming through the floor. That can't be south, can it?
It's not a direction. Lick your toe and wave it around with it.
No. I think you'd have to do it for me.
I'm prepared to let the whole letter drop.
All right, then lick yours, of course.
No, thank you.
I'll even wave it around for you.
No, somebody might come in. That's what we're counting on after all, ultimately.
Perhaps they all got trampled to death in the rush. Give them a shout, something provocative, intrigue them.
Wheels have been set in motion to which we are condemned. Each action is set out by another, and the other after it. That is a meaning of order. Because if we, even for a second, begin to think that our spontaneity is part of their order, we know we're lost.
Fire!
Where?
It's all right. I'm demonstrating the misuse of free speech to prove that it exists. Not a movement. They deserve to burn to death in their shoes.
What was it?
What?
Heads or tails?
Oh, I didn't look.
Yes, you did.
Did I? Quite right. Rings a bell.
We're supposed to remember that happened.
I don't wish to be reminded of it.
We cross our bridges when we come to them. We burn them behind us. Nothing to show for our progress, except a memory of the smell of smoke and the presumption that our eyes will water. Right.
Nope.
Left.
Double bluff.
Upstairs.
Well, friends, we're going to play tomorrow.
I'm my lord.
Very well. We'll have tomorrow night. You could for a neat study of speech of some dozen or 60 lines, which you would set down and I would consider it, could you not?
I'm my lord.
Very well. All that Lord Mickey Mark and not. Good friends. We'll leave you tonight. You're welcome to Ellsworth.
Good, my lord.
So you caught up?
Not yet.
Now mind your own tongue. Oh, I had it, Captain. I know the rest of you away like a nightingale in a broken piece.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
You'd be lost for words.
You'd be tongue-tied.
Like a mute in the monument.
Like a nightingale in a Roman feast.
Tradition go to pieces.
Your lines would be cut.
And dumb shows.
And dramatic
You'll
pauses.
never find your tongue.
Lick your lips.
Take your tears.
Your breakfast.
Oh, the difference.
There won't be any.
We'll take the words right out of your mouth.
So you caught on.
So you caught up.
Not yet. You left us.
Ah, yes. I forgot. You performed a dramatic spectacle along the way. Yes, I'm sorry I had to miss it.
We can't look each other in the face. You don't understand the humiliation of it. To be tricked out of the single assumption that makes our existence viable, that someone is watching. The plot was 2 corpses gone when we finally caught sight of ourselves, stripped naked in the middle of nowhere, pouring ourselves down a bottomless well.
Is that 38?
There we were, demented children mincing about in clothes that no one ever wore, speaking as no man ever spoke, and every pose, every gesture vanishing into the thin, unpopulated air. We ransomed our dignities to the birds and the uncomprehending clouds glistened. Don't you see? We're actors. We're the opposite of people. Think, in your head, right now. Think of the most private, secret, intimate thing you have ever done, secure in the knowledge of its privacy. Are you thinking of it? Well, I saw you do it.
You never! It's a lie!
We're actors. We pledged our identity, secure in the knowledge of its trade, that someone would be watching. And then, gradually, no one was. We were caught high and dry. It was not until the murderer's long soliloquy that we were able to look around, while the king addressed to the horizon his dreary and terminable guilt. The corpse of unsullied Rosalinda peeped through his fingers, and the king faltered. Even then, habit forced our bodies to blunder on long after the epic meeting, until like runaway carts they were altered. No one shouted at us. No one came forward. The silence was unbreakable. It imposed itself on us. It was obscene. We took off our crowns and swords and cloth of gold and moved on, silent, on the road to Elsinore.
Brilliantly recreated. If these eyes could weep. Rather strong on metaphor, mind you, but it's only a matter of taste. And so here you are, with a vengeance. It's a figure of speech, isn't it? Well, let's say you've made up for it. For you may have, no doubt, put a thing for your performance at the courts.
We are counting on you to take him out of himself. You're the pleasures which we draw him onto, which is to say your normal filth. You can't treat royalty like people with normal perverted desires. They know nothing of that, and you know nothing of them, to your mutual survival. So give him a show fit for the entire family, or rest assured to be played to the tavern tonight.
Or the night after.
Or not.
We already have an entry here. We always have had.
You played him before.
Yes, sir.
And what's his it?
Classical.
Saucy.
What will you play?
The murder of Guildenstern.
We'll find cadence and corpses.
Pirated from the Italian.
What is it about?
It's about a king and a queen.
Escapes. Watch out.
Blood.
On the record.
Yes.
Where are you going?
I come and go as I please.
You're evidently a man who knows his way around.
I've been here before.
We're still finding our feet.
I would concentrate on not losing my heads.
You speak from knowledge.
Precedent.
Operating on 2 levels, are we? However, I expect it comes natural to you being in the business, so to speak. You see. The thing is, we value your company. We've been left to our own devices for so long that at a point you come to desire the uncertainty of someone else's.
Uncertainty is a normal state. You're nobody special.
God's sake, what are we supposed to do?
Relax. Respond. That is what people do. You can't go through life questioning your situation at every turn.
But we don't know what we're supposed to do. We don't know what to do with ourselves. We don't know how to act.
Act natural. You know why you're here.
We only know what we're told, that's little enough. And for all we know, that isn't even true.
For all anyone knows, nothing is. Everything has to be taken on trust. Truth is only that which is taken to be true. It's the currency of living. There may be nothing behind it, but it doesn't make any difference so long as it's honored. One acts on assumptions. What do you assume?
Hamlet is not himself, outside or in. We must leave what afflicts him.
He doesn't give much away.
Who does nowadays?
He's melancholy.
Melancholy.
Mad.
How is he that?
How is he mad?
More morose than that, perhaps.
Melancholy.
Including
He has moods.
Of moroseness.
madness and yet.
What?
For instance,
He talks to himself, which might suggest madness.
and he didn't talk sense, which suggests the opposite.
Yes.
Of what?
I think I've got it. A man talking sense to himself is no matter than a man talking nonsense to not himself,
Or just as mad.
or just as mad.
And he does both.
So there you are.
Stark raving sane.
Why?
Ah. Why?
Exactly.
Exactly what?
Exactly why.
Exactly by what?
What?
Why is he mad?
I don't know.
The old man thinks he's in love with his daughter.
Good God, we're out of our depth here.
Oh, no. He hasn't got a daughter. The old man thinks he's in love with his daughter.
The old man is?
Hamlet, in love with the old man's daughter. The old man thinks.
It's all coming together, unrequited passion.
Nobody leaves this room without a very good reason.
Why not?
All this moving about has got arbitrary by half. I'm rapidly losing my grip. From now on, reason will prevail.
I have lines to learn.
Pass.
Next!
What did you expect?
Something, someone, nothing. Are you hungry?
No, are you?
No. Do you remember that coin?
No.
I think I lost it.
What coin?
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, that coin!
I can't remember how I did it.
It probably comes natural to you.
I've got a showstopper there.
Do it again.
We can't afford it.
Yes, one must think of the future.
It's the normal thing to do.
After all, one is having all of the time now, and now, and now.
It could go on forever. Well, not forever, I suppose. Do you ever think of yourself as actually dead, lying in a box with a lid on it?
No.
Neither do I. It's silly to be depressed by it, really. I mean, one thinks of it like being alive in a box. One keeps forgetting to factor in the fact that one is dead, which should make all the difference, shouldn't it? It might be like being asleep in a box. Not that I'd like to sleep in a box, mind you, not without any air. You'd wake up dead for a start, and then where would you be? Aside from in a box. That's why I don't want to think of it. That's the part that really bothers me. Because then where would you be? Ask yourself straight up. If I were to ask you, I'm going to stuff you in this box now. Would you alive or dead. Naturally, you'd rather be alive. Life in a box is better than no life at all. You'd have hope. You could sit there thinking, well, at least I'm not dead. Any minute, someone's going to come here and bang on the lid. Hey, you, what's your name? Come out of there!
You don't have to vlog into death.
I would try not to think of it. You'd only get depressed. Eternity is a terrible thought. Where does it end? We count for nothing. We could sit here silent till we're green in the face and they still wouldn't come.
Blue, red.
Whatever became of the moment when one first learned about death? It has to be when you learn that you don't go on forever. It has to be shattered, stamped into one's memory, and yet I have no recollection of it. What does one make of that? We must be born with some idea of mortality before we even know the words for it, before we even know there are words. Out we come, bloodied and swelling, with the knowledge that for all the compasses in the world, there's only one direction and time is its only measure. We count for nothing. Well, I'm not going to stand for it. And future notice will be taken. Keep out! I forbid anyone to enter! There. That's better.
Death followed by eternity. A truly terrifying thought.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman.
But with much voicing of his disposition.
In the guard of question, but most free in his reply.
Did he say him said he passed?
Madam, it so came that some players we overwrought upon the way, we told of him, and there did seem a sort of joy in him to hear of it. They are at the court, and they are scheduled to play for him tonight.
Tis most true, and it beseech me to entreat your majesty to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doesn't content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge, and to drive his purpose into these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Persian, leave us too, for we have closely sent for heaven thither. Let me, as sure by accident, right here in front of me.
In and out, on and off, they're coming at us from all sides,
You're never satisfied.
catching us on a trot. Why can't we go by them?
What's the difference?
I'm going. Dyson, he's coming.
What's he doing?
Nothing.
He must be doing something.
Walking.
On his hands.
On his feet.
Stark naked.
Fully dressed.
Doesn't talk the
Not
hours.
that I noticed.
Could be wrong.
I don't think so.
I can't for the life of me see how we're going to get into conversation.
Nevertheless, one might think of this as a chance. Might well accost him. Yes, this looks like a chance to me. Something like a direct informal approach. Straight from the shoulder. Man to man. What's it all about? Sort of thing. That's what I would say if I were asked. Can't look a gift horse in the eyes. No. We're overawed. That's our trouble. When it comes down to point, we succumb to their personality.
Good, my lord. How does your honor speak today?
It's like living in a public park.
Yes, I thought your direct and former approach was going to stop this thing dead in its tracks here. Now, if I might make a suggestion, shut up and sit down. Stop being so perverse.
I'm not going to stand for it. Guess who? Alfred! Excuse me. Ah!
I beg your pardon.
What did he do?
I put my foot down.
My hand was on the floor.
Put your hand under his foot?
I thought.
Right, we haven't got much time.
What are you doing?
Trevor, now if you wouldn't mind moving back there. Back there. Back there. Good. Everyone ready? And for goodness sakes, remember what we're doing. We always use the same costumes, more or less, and they forget what they're supposed to be in, you see. Stop picking your nose up. When things do it, they do it by a single process passed out through the blood. Good. Silence! Off we go!
Full
30 times hath favorites. No, don't go first, your confounded majesty. They're a bit out of practice, but they always make up wonderfully for the deaths. It brings out the poetry in them.
How nice.
There's nothing more unconvincing than an unconvincing death.
I'm sure.
Act 1 moves now.
What's the dumbshell for?
Well, it's a device, really. It makes up for the following action more or less comprehensible. You understand, we are tied down to a language that makes up an obscurity, what it lacks in style.
What was that?
The king's brother and uncle to the prince.
Not exactly maternal.
Not exactly avuncular as time goes on.
No two of noble ones have made me mad. I'll say there'll be no more marriage. Those who are already married, all of one shall live. The rest shall stay as they are. So whenever go.
Full 30 times hath famous cause.
No, his affections do not outweigh 10, or will he spake. There's something he so, or which his melancholy sits on, that this close looks some danger. The short three men, finding with determination, thus set his own. He shall with me be lived.
Gentlemen! We do not seem to be coming. We're not getting across. What did you think?
What was I supposed to think?
You're not getting across.
That didn't look like love to me.
Sorry, I'm scratching at it.
It was a mess.
It's going to be chaos on the night.
Keep back, we're spectators.
Act 2! Positions!
Isn't that the end?
You call that an ending? With practically everyone on his feet? My goodness, no. Over your dead body.
How am I supposed to keep that?
Lying down. There's a design at work in all art. Surely you know that. Events must play out to aesthetic, moral, and logical conclusion.
And what's that in this case?
It never varies. We aim at the point where everyone who is marked for death dies.
Mars.
Between just desserts and tragic irony, we are given quite a lot of scope for our particular talent. Generally speaking, things have gotten about as far as they can possibly go, but things have gotten about as bad as they reasonably get.
Who decides?
Besides, it is written. Now, if you're going to be subtle, we'll miss each other in the dark. I'm referring to oral tradition, so to speak. We're tragedians. We follow directions. There is no choice involved. The bad and unhappily, the good and luckily. That is what tragedy means. Positions! Go! Having murdered his brother and wooed the widow, the poisoner mounts the throne. Here we see him and his queen give rein to their unbridled passion. Shame, little knowing that the man she holds in her
I
eyes.
say, here, Billy, you can't do that.
Why not?
I say, people come expecting to be entertained. They don't come expecting sordid and gratuitous.
You're wrong. They do. Murder, seduction, incest. What do you want? Jokes?
I want a good story with a beginning, middle, and end.
And you?
I prefer art to mere life. It's all the same to you.
It's all the same to me, sir. All right, no need to indulge yourselves. I come on in a minute. Lucianus, nephew to the king. Lucianus, nephew to the king, usurped by his uncle and shattered by his mother's incestuous marriage, loses his reason, throwing the court into turmoil and disarray as he alternates between bitter melancholy and unrestricted lunacy, staggering between the suicidal and the homicidal. Ah! He at last confronts his mother in a scene of provocative ambiguity, begs her to repent and recant. The king, tormented by guilt, haunted by fear, decides to dispatch his nephew to England and entrust this undertaking to two smiling accomplices, two friends, courtiers, to two spies, giving them a letter to present to the English court. And so they depart on board ship. And they arrive and disembark, presenting themselves to the English king. The English king. But where is the prince? Where indeed the plot has thickened. A twist of fate and cunning has put in their hands a letter that seals their deaths. Traitors hoisted by their own petard, or victims of the gods, we shall never know.
Now, just a minute. Don't tell me. This takes me back to, when was it? I know you, don't I? I never forget a face. Not that I knew yours, that is. No, you're quite wrong. You must have mistaken me for someone else.
Are you familiar with this play?
No.
A slaughterhouse. 8 corpses all told. It brings out the best in us.
What do you know about death?
It's what actors do best. They have to exploit whatever talent is given to them, and their talent is dying. They can die comically, heroically, ironically, slowly, suddenly, disgustingly, charmingly, or from a great height. My talent is more general. I extract significance from melodrama, a significance which it does not in fact contain. But, occasionally, from this matter there escapes a thin beam of light that, seen at the right angle, cracks the shell of mortality.
Is that all they can do, die?
Oh, no. They kill beautifully. In fact, some of them kill better than they die. The rest die better than they kill. They're a team.
Which ones are which?
There's not much in it.
Actors, the mechanics of deep melodrama. You cannot act death. You can scream and choke and sing all you want, but it doesn't bring death home to anybody. It doesn't bring that whisper in that head that says, one day, you are going to die. If you die so many times, how do you expect them to believe in your death?
On the contrary, it's the only kind they do believe. They're conditioned to it. I had an actor once who was condemned to be hanged for stealing a lamb or a sheep, I forget which. So I got permission to have him hanged in the middle of the play. Had to change the plot and everything, but I thought it would be effective, you know. And you just wouldn't believe it. It wasn't convincing. It was impossible to suspend one's disbelief in what, with the audience cheering and throwing peanuts. The whole thing was a disaster. He did nothing but cry all the time. Right out of character, just stood there and cried. Never again. Audiences know what to expect, and that's all that they are prepared to believe in. Show.
No. Death? That isn't death. Death is an absence. An absence of a man, that's all it is. 1 minute you see him, the next you don't. 1 minute he's there, the next he's not. It's an exit, unobtrusive and unannounced until finally it is heavy with death.
That's east, then. I think we can assume that.
I'm assuming nothing.
Don't worry. I saw the sun come up. East.
No. See, it was light all the time. You just woke up in that direction. If you woke up in that direction, you'd be swearing that was east.
You're a massive prejudice.
You're taken in before.
Rings a bell.
You're waiting to see what we're going to do.
Good old East.
The minute we make a move, they're going to be shouting at us. Random instructions, ridiculous remarks, and getting our names wrong.
It's all rather annoying.
It's not even that hard to differentiate between, really. It's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Are you sure?
I am positive. Because every time we go to see them, they get our names wrong.
Oh, Guildenstern.
You're wanted.
Friend both, go join you with him further ebb. Hamlet in madness has Bologna slain, and from his mother's closet has he dragged him. Go seek him out, and bring the body to the chapel. I pray you hasten this.
Well,
What?
well.
Quite. Seek him out, etc.
Quite.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
You didn't like me.
Who?
God, I hope more tears are shed for us.
Well, it's progress, isn't it? Something positive. Seek him out. Where does one begin?
That's a step in the right direction.
You think so? He could be anywhere.
All right. I'll go this way. You go that way.
Right. No. I'll go that way, you go this way.
All right.
Just a minute. I've thought. We ought to stick together. He might be violent.
Good point. I'll come with you.
No. I'll come with you.
All right.
I'll go with you my way.
Right.
I've just thought. If we both go, he might come here. That would be stupid, wouldn't it?
Good point. I'll stay here. You go.
Right. I say, I've just thought. We ought to stick together. He might be violent.
Good point. Well, at least we're making progress. Of course, he might not come.
Oh, he'll come.
We have some answering to do.
Don't worry. He'll come. I say, he's coming.
What's he doing?
Walking.
Alone?
No.
Not walking.
No.
With who?
The old man.
Walking?
No.
That's no opening I've ever seen one. Let him walk into the trap.
What trap? That was close.
There's a limit to what you people can do.
He was dead.
Of course he was dead.
Properly.
That's death, isn't it? Perhaps he'll come back this way. No. We can't learn from experience what else have we got to go on.
Give him a shot.
I thought we've been through all that.
Hamlet!
Don't be absurd.
Lord Hamlet! What have you done, my lord, with the dead body?
Counted it with dust, where to 'tis king.
Tell us where 'tis, and thence we bear it to the chapel.
Not
Believe what?
keep your counsel, but not mine own. Besides being the man of a sponge, what should replication of be made by the son of a king?
Take you me for a sponge, my lord.
I said, the sons of the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities, such officers do the king best service in the end. Keeps him like a pig, corner of his jaw, first not to be swallowed. He needs to be kept clean. This would squeeze you in sponge, you shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
I'm glad of it. Never speech falls in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
King is with the God. God is with the king. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord?
I do nothing of it. Bring me to him.
How now? What hath befallen?
Where the body is bestowed, we could not glean from him.
But where is he?
I know not, my lord.
Bring him before us.
Oh, bring in the Lord! All right then.
But could glean such significance? They could have called on anybody, yet they called on us, and we contributed nothing.
It was nice while it lasted, but they've done with us now.
Done what?
I don't pretend to understand. For my part, I'm only relieved that's the last we've seen of him.
I knew it wasn't the end.
What else?
We're taking him to England. What's he doing?
Walking.
Alone?
No.
Is he talking?
No.
Is he by himself?
No.
He's not talking to himself, is he?
Not by himself. He's with a soldier. They'll have us hung until we're dead at least. And the weather won't stay the same. Spring won't last forever.
How at least, sir? Never said that great. Answer, sir.
It will be cold. Summer won't last.
Autumnal.
The leaves.
Autumnal. Nothing to do with the leaves, more of a brownness at the edge of the day. Brownness is creeping up on us. I can assure you that.
Lovely, thank you, sir.
Will it please you go, my lord?
Let's do all these. Give us a little bit.
What's he doing?
Talking.
To himself?
Yes. He said we can go. Cross my heart.
I like to know where I am. Even if I don't know where I am, I like to know that. If we go, there's no knowing.
No knowing what.
If we'll ever come back.
We don't want to come back.
That may very well be true, but do we want to go?
We'll be free.
I don't know, it's the same sky.
But we've come this far. And besides, anything could happen yet.
Are you there? A flying star.
Is that you?
Yes.
What do you know?
For God's sake!
We aren't done then.
Well, we're here, aren't we?
Are we? I can't see a thing.
You can think, can't you?
I think so.
You can still talk, can't you?
What should I say?
Don't bother. You can still feel, can't you?
Ah, there's life in me yet.
What do you feel?
Leg. Yes. It feels like my leg.
And how does it feel?
Dead.
Dead?
I can't feel a thing.
Give it a pinch. Ow!
Sorry.
That is up.
Keep her going! Hello?
We're on a boat. Bit dark, isn't it?
Not for night.
No, not for night.
Dark for day.
Dark for day.
We must have gone north, of course.
Of course.
Land of the midnight sun, that is.
Of course. I think it's getting lighter.
Not for night.
No, not for night. This far north.
Unless we're off course.
Of course. Yes, it's lighter than it was. This far north, it'll be dark soon. I suppose we'll have to sleep.
Tired.
No, I don't think I'd take to it. Sleep all night, can't see a thing all day. Those Eskimos must have a quiet life.
Where?
What?
I thought you... I've lost all capacity for this looking. I'm not sure I can even rise to a little gentle skepticism.
Well, shall we stretch our legs?
I don't feel like stretching my legs.
I'll stretch them for you.
No, thank you.
We can stretch each other's. That way we don't have to go anywhere.
No, somebody might come in.
In where?
Out here.
In, out.
On deck!
Nice bit of plenty, that.
Yes, I'm very fond of books myself. I like the way they're contained. You don't have to worry about where to go or whether to go at all. The question doesn't arise because you're on a boat, aren't you? Yes, I think I'll spend the rest of my life on boats.
Very healthy.
One is free on a boat for a time, relatively.
What's it like?
Well,
I think I'm going to be sick.
other side. Free to move, speak, extemporize, and yet. We have not been cut loose. Our truancy is defined by one fixed star, and are drifted but a slight change of angle to us. We have been brought full round circle to the immutable fact that we, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, bearing a letter from one king to another, are taking Hamlet to England.
I He's there,
What's he doing?
sleeping.
It's all right for him.
What is?
He can sleep.
It's all right for him.
He's got us now.
He can sleep.
It's all done for him.
He's got us.
And we've got nothing. All I ask is our common due.
For those in peril on the sea,
Give us his dare, dilly Q.
what now?
What do you mean?
Nothing's happening.
We're on a boat.
I'm aware of
Then
that.
what do you expect? Yet on scraps of information, simply half remembered directions that can barely separate from instinct. Right. Left. Both hands. Good money in both hands.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
What's the point of
I
that?
wanted to make you happy.
How much did he give you? The king, he gave us some money.
Oh, I got the same as you.
Wouldn't discriminate between us.
How much did you get?
Same as you.
How do you know?
How do I know? You just told me. How do you know?
He would discriminate between us,
Even if he could.
which he never could,
He couldn't be sure of mixing us up.
without mixing us up.
Why don't you say something original? No wonder the whole thing is so stagnant. You don't take me up on anything, you just repeat it in a different order.
I can't think of anything original, I'm only here to support.
I'm sick of making you run it.
Perhaps it's your dominant personality. What's going to become of us?
It's all right. There. I'll see we're all right.
So what have we got to go on?
We're going to England. We're taking camp there.
What for?
Boy, where have you been?
When? What are we going to do when we get there?
The king.
Is he going to be there?
No, the king of England.
He's expecting us.
No.
He's not going to know what we're playing at. What are we going to say?
You got a letter. You remember the letter.
Do I?
Everything is explained in the letter. Count on that.
That's it.
What?
We take Hamlet to the English king, give him the letter, then what?
There may be something in the letter that was going with it.
And if not,
Then that's it. We're finished.
at a loose end.
Yes.
Are there likely to be loose ends? Who is the English king?
It depends on when we get there.
Where's that letter?
I'm sorry. Why? What's the matter?
The letter.
Have you got it?
I must have lost it.
You can't have lost it.
I must have.
That's odd. I thought he gave it to me.
Perhaps he did.
But you seem so sure that it was you who hadn't got it.
It was me who hadn't got it.
But if the king never gave it to you, then I don't see what all the fuss about you not having it.
I admit it's confusing.
This is all getting rather undisciplined. The boat, the night, it's all inducing a loosening of the concentration. We must not lose control. Hang on. Now, either that you have lost the letter, or the king never gave it to you in the first place. In which case, the king would have given it to me. In which case, I would put it in my inside top pocket. In which case, it's right here. We must drop off.
Now that we've got it, why were we looking for it?
We thought we lost it.
Something else?
No.
We've lost all the tension.
What's tension?
What were we talking about just before we wandered off?
When was that?
I can't remember.
What a shambles. We're just not getting anywhere.
Not even England. I don't believe in it anyway.
What?
England.
Just a conspiracy of cartographers, you mean?
I mean, I don't believe in it. I have no image. I try to imagine us arriving, maybe at a small pier, roads, civilians to point the way. That would be the logical thing. No, I have no image. We're slipping off the map.
Yes. But you don't believe everything until it's happened. And it has all happened,
We drift through times, grasping at straws, but what good's a brick to a drowning man?
Don't give up, it can't be long now. Why are you looking on the boat like that? Do you wish you were dead or something?
What are we going to say when we get there?
We say, Your Majesty, we have arrived.
And who are you?
We are Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Never heard of you.
Well, we're no one.
What's your game?
We have our
First act.
Let me finish! We've come from Denmark.
What do you want?
We're bringing the Hamlets.
Who's he?
You surely heard of him.
No, I've heard of him all right, and I want nothing to do with it.
But
You come in here, expecting me to take in every single lunatic you present, without so much as a bit of unsubstantiated.
we've got a letter.
I see. This seems to support your story, such as it is, owing to the health of Denmark and England as well, that upon the opening of this letter, without delay, I should have Hamlet's head cut off. The sun is going down, it'll be dark soon.
Do you think so?
I was just making conversation. We're his friends.
How do you know?
From our young days brought up with him.
You only got their word for it.
That's what we depend on.
Well, yes, but then again, no. Think of it this way. Well, he is a man. He is mortal. Death comes to us all. Etc. Or look at it from a social point of view. He's only one man among many. Surely the death would be well within reason and convenience. And for the godly, surely death is a heaven and a reward. Or look at it another way. We are little men. With no knowledge of the ins and outs of the matter. Wheels within wheels and fires within fires are turning us. It would be presumptuous of us to think we can interfere. All in all, I think it's best we be left alone. Here, take the letter. Put it back. Just like that. They won't notice the broken seal. You can assume you're a character.
But what's the point?
Don't apply logic.
He's done nothing to
Or
us.
justice.
It's awful.
But it could have been worse. I was beginning to think it was.
The way that I see it, we Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, from our young days brought up with him, are called and are summoned to glean what afflicts him and draw him onto pleasures, such as a play, which owing to some confusion outside of our appreciation, causes us high, not to say homicidal excitement in Hamlet, we are bringing to England for his own good. There, we're on top of it now. I'm assuming nothing. The way that I see it then, the king gave me the same as you, the king gave you the same as me. The king gave you the letter, the king never gave me the letter. We don't know what's in the letter. We take the letter to the English king, it depending on when we get there who he is. Well, there might be something in the letter to keep us going for a bit, but if not, then we're over, and at a loose end. We could have done worse. I don't think we missed any chances. Not that we were getting much help. If we stopped breathing, we'd vanish.
Here we go.
Yes, but what?
Out of the void, finally, a sound. Well, on a boat, admittedly, outside of the action, admittedly, the absolute silence of the wet, lazy slap of water against water and the creak of timber breaks, giving rise at last, once, a sound is heard. One of the sailors, pursed his lips upon a woodwind and hovered his fingers upon, let us say, the benches and produced, let us say, the most eloquent music. A thing like that, he could change the course of events. Go and see what it is.
What for? It's a man playing a pipe.
Go and find him.
And then what?
I don't know, requested you.
What for?
Quick, before we lose our momentum.
Why? Something was happening and Christ saved my attention. Oh! I thought I heard a band. Plausibility is all I presume.
Call us this day of David's here.
Aha!
All in the same boat.
Everybody up.
Where are we?
Traveling.
Of course. We haven't gotten there yet.
All set for England.
You look all right for me. I don't think they're very particular in England. Oh,
What are you doing here?
Bradley. Right. Blend into the background. Pleased to see us? You've come out of it very well so far.
Thank you.
In this favor. Our play affected the king.
Yes.
He's a second husband himself. Tactless, really.
It was quite a good play nonetheless.
It never really got going. It was getting quite interesting when they stopped. That's the way to travel.
What were you doing in there?
Hiding. We had to run for it as we were.
Stole it.
Naturally. We didn't get paid owing to circumstances ever so slightly beyond our control. And all the money we had we lost betting uncertainties. Life is a gamble. At terrible odds. If it was a bet, we wouldn't take it. Did you know that any number doubled is even?
Is it?
You learn something new every day. You are caught. But us troopers just go on and on. Do you know what happens to old actors?
What?
Nothing. They're still acting. Surprised then?
What?
Surprised to see us.
Knew it wasn't the end.
With practically everyone on his feet. What do you make of it so far?
He hadn't got much to go on.
Do you speak to him?
It's possible.
But it wouldn't make any difference.
But it's possible.
Pointless.
It's allowed.
Allowed, yes. We have not been restricted. We have for a while stumbled into our release for the while. Wheels are turning, but they're none of our concern. We can breathe. We can relax. We can say whatever we like to whomever we like, without restriction.
Within limits, of
Oh,
course.
certainly.
A tendency towards philosophical introspection is his line, if I may say so. It does not mean that he's mad. It does not mean that he isn't. Half the time it means nothing at all, which may or may not be a kind of madness.
It really boils down to symptoms. Pregnant replies, mistaken identities, mystic illusions, arguing his mother as his father, that sort of thing. Imitations of suicide, foregoing of exercise, loss of mirth, hints of claustrophobia, not to say delusions of imprisonment, invocations of chameleons, capons, camels, whales, weasels, hawks, handsaws, amnesia, myopia, paranoia, stabbing his elders, abusing his parents, insulting his lovers, and sighing like a lovesick schoolboy, which at his age is coming on a bit strong,
And talking to himself.
and talking to himself. Where's that goddess?
He's the player.
His play offended the king.
Offended the king.
Orders for his arrest.
Orders her arrest.
So he escapes to England.
To which he meets,
Guildenstern and Rosencrantz taking Hamlet,
who offended the king.
and killed Polonius.
Offended the king in a variety of ways.
To England. That seems to be it. It's a large amount of incidents, really.
Incidents. All we have are incidents. Is it too much to ask for a little sustained action?
Pirates!
At last!
To arms!
Pirates!
Up there!
Down there!
Both legs!
Action!
Ha-ha!
Well,
do you mean? Where is he?
Gone.
Gone where?
Yes, we were dead lucky there, if that's the word I'm after.
Dead?
Lucky.
Is he dead?
Who knows?
What do you mean? He's not coming back?
Hardly.
He's dead as far as we're concerned.
Or we are as far as he is.
What?
Not too bad, is it?
We can't. We have a letter from the English king.
Yes, that much is certain. I congratulate you on the unambiguity of your situation.
No, we have our instructions. Everything is pointless without him.
Pirates could happen to anyone. Just deliver the letter. They'll send ambassadors from England to explain.
Don't you see? The pirates left us dry and cold. High and dry. True. The pirates left us high and dry.
There.
Everything is pointless without him.
There.
We need Hamlet for our release.
There.
What are we supposed to do?
This.
Saved again.
Saved by what?
Sun's going down. That's west. Unless...
Shut up! Do you think this conversation is going to help us now?
I bet you all the coins I have that the year...
No!
My birth?
We have traveled too far for too long without any hope of explanation or possibility of reprieve.
Be happy. What's the point of surviving if you can't be happy? We'll make it this far. I guess we'll just keep going on.
Go where?
To England.
England! That's a dead end. I never believed in it anyway.
We'll make our report. Surely that would be that.
I don't believe it. A shore, a harbor, saying, we get off and we ask someone, which way to the English king? And he points, oh, it's just down there and you take a right. I don't believe any of it.
We'll arrive.
Even so, what are we supposed to say when we get there?
We'll say we've arrived.
And who are you?
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Which is which?
He...
I don't begin to understand. What's it all about?
Well, we were taking Hamlet and then some pirates.
I don't begin to understand.
We have a letter.
Yes. Letter. See. As England and Denmark are faithful tributaries, as love between them blossoms like a beautiful flower, should the bearers of this letter, Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, be put to sudden death, where we went wrong was getting on a boat. Yes. You see, you can move and rattle about to change direction, but ultimately, you're confined to the movement of one bigger one, which itself is condemned to the will of the sea and the waves.
They've had it in for us since the beginning, haven't they? Who'd have thought we were so important?
But why us? Who are we that so much should converge on our two little deaths? Who are we?
You're Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. That's enough.
No, it is not enough to be told so little and still be denied an explanation.
In all our experience, most things end in death.
Your experience. Actors! I'm talking about death, and you never experienced that. You can die all you want in your place, but no blood runs cold anywhere, because when you die, you know that you're going to wake up in a different hat, but not for us. When we die, it's going to be a silent, unobtrusive, and that's death! If we receive no explanation, then let him receive none. And if this is our fate, then let that be his.
Really competent. Well, what do you think of it? See, it's what they do believe. It's what's expected. For a moment you thought I cheated.
Yes, you covered it completely. Did we take you it completely? Encore!
Deaths for all ages and occasions. Deaths by suspension, consumption, convulsion, incision, execution, asphyxiation, malnutrition. Climactic carnage by poison and by steel. Double deaths by duel. Show! Da! 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 Da!
No, not for us. Not like that. Death is absence. Death is not. There's no plan there. There's no applause. Death is just a gap, unseeable. When the wind blows through it, there is no sound.
The sun is going down. It's getting darker. Perhaps the earth is coming up, as the popular fashion has it. They've had it hidden for us since the beginning, haven't they? To be frankly true, I'm relieved.
Silence. We're at the edge of dawn. We must have been, at some point, where we could have said no. I suppose we missed it. Rose? Gil? Well, I suppose we'll know better next time. Now you see me. Now.
The sight is dismal, and our affairs from England come too late. The ears are senseless, that should give us hearing, to tell him his commandment is fulfilled. That Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Where should we have our thanks?
Not from his mouth, had it the ability of life to thank him. He never gave commandment for their death. But since, so jump upon this bloody question, you from the Polack wars and you from England, we've ordered that these bodies high on a stage be placed to the view. And let me speak to the yet unknowing world how these things came about. So you shall hear of carnal, bloody, unnatural acts, of accidental judgments and casual slaughters, of deaths put on by carnage and forced cause. And, in this upshot, purposes mistook, fallen on the inventors' heads. All this can I truly deliver,